It's the middle of the week, so welcome back. We're going to see some more antics of, well, daily life. Whatever happens over in the city. And considering some of the people that we've seen so far, it could be absolute bedlam. But I'm sure you know life isn't exactly calm and nice at all times, so it should be fairly interesting for us to watch. And probably laugh at a few failings. But after the last episode was coated in the essence of love, and that sentence sounds dirty, I wonder what this one will foretell for us. So, what am I waiting for? I really hope you enjoy. If I earn it, consider subscribing to the channel. But for now, get yourselves a drink so we can get started. Another scorching day. At least he's at a race. Somewhat understanding what looks to be like team composition there. There is no such event and festival type thing over here. Partly because I'm pretty sure no one would take part in it if there was. Ah. Does she still have an injured leg? But at least it looks like the rich girl got a little closer, being able to ask him what to be her knight in this event. But much like the random episode, which had a lot of extra visual gags and background details, this seems like a one that you'd be easily able to hide things as well. If there's a grand city-wide race event kind of thing, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a lot more than just like a 10k foot race. But even if it was, I'm sure there'd be excuse me, they'd be interfering with one another. Actually getting... So it's a checkpoint race, cool. And it looks like at each stage there's a different... You have to get through together, okay. Okay, gambling! This has probably got quite a big back... That drone has got quite a load being able to carry him. Already giving up. Without the editor. So they got to head back and start again. Are they aiming to win or just to... Really? Already kind of bending the rules for the benefit there. He's got a bit of... Nice. He's getting some help there. I think it's against the spirit of the rules, but... Ah, I see the leg scar now. No one's allowed to question the legitimacy of their victory. They're helping one another. Hopefully it's not just a head rush and he's just passed out in all of this. Uh, does it count if the partners are not crossing the finish line, or does the bag count? Ah. One is having to exert themselves a hell of a lot more. Oh no. The ever-present pendant. Her... How'd she get so... Oh, she dashed ahead as soon as she saw it, but... So that's why she fell behind in the first... That is some interesting running form. Why is he pushing her like this? Okay, so after exhaustion, you now get into some trivia. Peter. Bacon. Oil. A lethal weapon. Hmm. I mean, to be fair, both of them had valid answers. And if they... Yeah. Are you allowed multiple guesses? The fact that, he was already disqualified, so he's out doing karaoke or something. Panda. They're just taking a leisurely jog, but we know how much in sync those two are. Yeah. I don't think there's another group that are quite as in tune with one another as those two. We'll do it in the form of a pictogram. So just make it easy. Everyone can find out the answers to their own questions. Yeah, it's too much of an effort. I mean, it's a good way of breaking the ice and not having to go through the usual rigmarole of explaining yourself and all that. Coming off a bit strong. To be fair, though, nothing wrong with that lunch. Her gaze has been left elsewhere. Well, you'd usually go with the one which is more entertaining. And she just cannot abide by this lame-ass conversation. Did they have to use the answer to their question here? Yeah, they're just having fun. They're not in it to win, per se. Good for the bird. Having the time of her life. He has been. Yep, he has been absconded from his. What was that noise? If she's able to even talk at all during this, but. Huh. Is there an issue? There is no issue. They're doing their jobs splendidly. Do you have any ways of, got some smelling salts maybe? And in fact, you got a whole bunch of different outlooks and outlooks and attempts on this race. Then it's coming down to some spy thriller romance comedy with the forerunners. She was lost in. Also, I don't think that's the best running technique there. Is it a maze? Is it like a haunted house type routine? Just break through the wall. Or go above and beyond, yeah. I mean, is there anything against running across the top? She's given up on the pendant already. But there's definitely one that hasn't taken their eyes off the prize. Mate. At least wipe your nose. Are we going to get Scooby-Doo era wobbling a lot? Well, and just like that, they don't need to continue the race anymore. She's got what she needed. I may not be able to carry it for you, but I can carry you. Yeah, you got a good point. No one wants to do a race willingly. Maybe if you win, then she'll tell. The fact that she's being carried like some luggage. I'm surprised the landlady woman is so far behind. My kind of race. Are you writing an article? Picnic blanket. Writing out an article while the race is going on? Somehow staying awake as well. Use some of those artistic skills to help out. A non-zero probability. I like that outlook. I mean, in the middle of a race? Don't want to... I mean, the handwriting might be a little squiggly if he's exhausted. Ah, I see. He's still in business mode even in such an event. She'll... Huh. Willing to sign away her soul. He'd return for an autograph. And just like that, no decision was ever going to be made. Something's got to... She has just lost every bit of respect. And... He, just like that, breaks the sound barrier. He will throw it. What just... Whoop! What kind of Gintama cannon thing is this? I fear for anyone in front of them. I mean, that's definitely against the spirit of the game. If you said violence is an option, wow. Huh. They've decided to help out. Join in. I'm an object. I'm joining in. Yeah, but they've gotten what they need. Everything else is just... well, inevitable property damage, but... and she's gone into a deep depression. The indomitable spirit that she looked up to being washed away by this event. Doesn't want to see her give up goals or this race. The money. You're a vapid, self-centered layabout that just cares about money. So come on, you can't give up. So what? There. So what kind of... I was going to say, what kind of item is she going to pull out to win this, but from her carrying her, I think we worked it out. What, escaping the glue? Just like that, everything has changed. Bring out the punji sticks and the pitfalls. And if nothing else, Start eliminating the competition. Yeah, he's really given up, hasn't he? There's a corpse on the track. He fell off and they didn't even bother stopping. This is just a Wacky Races event, isn't it? And if you haven't seen that really quite old program, I suggest you at least check out an episode or two. It's nonsense. And suddenly, claymores. You can't die now. Oh. You bastard. With the fort of money, nothing can stop her. Danger close, bring in the air support. The fucking stilts. They didn't even realise that at the end they're just enjoying themselves. Well, that's some core memories that have now been ingrained into them. Nice. I'm sure that will quickly add up to that prize. Couple bottles of juice. That's £1,000,000 yen. So, everyone is now disillusioned. Hacking it. Justice will be served. Through a broken clavicle, probably. We thought it was the rich girl and her team that are the true masterminds behind everything, but there's a more terrifying force in this city. This really was a slow and steady wins the race. Just avoided pretty much all of the pitfalls and the issues by just clopping along with the tin can stilts at a relatively slow pace. But didn't have to wear themselves out by doing it, so. While this episode didn't have a lot of the mixed media, interesting animation stuff that we have had on previous episodes or whatnot, the nonsense, the camera work in a lot of this really made up for it. It was quite dynamic. Really did, yeah. And as a farewell kind of thing. They're on top of the world. Have they Mao? But are they? Is their next plan to take over the world? Is the thought of moving away going to come back at any point during this conversation, or are they just Emperor Penguin? My first decree. Of they have to layer it with some other bits and pieces. We'll override everything else. Nothing else will be as good as this day right here. Put it in a savings account. I think they're too young to get into the stock market. Huh. Cyber Kitty. Yeah, this is why whenever a thought pops into my head, I have to say it, otherwise it disappears into the ether. Feels like they need a notepad, really. So let's create multiple last memories. Huh. That's actually a good plan. Hiding. Is it along the same lines? Well, matching hats. That was her idea. Hmm. I mean, plane ride to see each other. Snacks. Tough decision. That episode was kind of exhausting just to watch, let alone actually run through a marathon race like that. Every now and again, when I go driving on the weekends, there's some sort of jogging or bicycle race marathon thing that happens around here, but not for a second did I think of joining it. And after this, yeah, any sort of thoughts of exercise have just plummeted through the floor. Maybe if there was monetary value at the end. But then again, do I really want to associate myself with certain characters in this show? Yes. This was a fun one. I like the undercurrent of this was all just some big hoopla setup in order to get the girl to ask a simple question. Go to dinner with me. To be fair, yeah, I probably needed some kind of extravagant excuse not to just come out and say it. It could be embarrassing, you know. But yeah, the overall tone of this was dumb and I enjoyed it. The idea of all of the rules and plans were completely pointless. So many loopholes that how do you even keep track of things? But most importantly, the energy was really captured throughout all of this. The animation was very I don't know a word without using the same one again, but very energetic. The camera work was really showing off some of the good angles and some of the speed that things were going at. Not entirely sure on the whole, let's attach a drill to the front of their vehicle. Sure, they're blasting through all the obstacles, but what if they had any race invaders at the beginning? Or, nearer the end of the track, they'd be minced. But let's hope this city has a pretty good insurance policy, having to pay out for all of the reconstruction that's going to have to go on here. The damage to the roads. But from what I saw, nary a pothole in sight. The city council must be doing a pretty good job. If you have anything to add on this, if there are any background details that have completely slipped me past, probably some of the spectators. I wasn't really looking at the crowd work in this episode. Might have been some Easter eggs going on in there. But I enjoyed this. It was fast-paced, dumb, fun. We had a bit of interaction with everyone, at least the participators and whatnot. Still don't know where that pendant is or what's happening in the grander scheme of her admiration. Or she's just going to let it go, She's kind of got what she wanted now, had to keep on to the goal in life, even if it was just money. I enjoyed it. Hopefully you did too. If I said anything to entertain you, let me know down below. If you want to make sure not to miss out, consider subscribing to the channel, but also jumping onto my Discord before that goes down the pan, and get up-to-date notifications when new things come out, when there's new shows and polls and memes and, I don't know, card collecting. I think that's going on over there. But for now, get yourselves a bit of rest. Maybe a bit of training in case there is any big exertion events coming up, and sitting down to watch anime probably isn't one of them. But I'll see you for the next one.